just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle Show.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Easy. Back. Topper. Under crunch.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Roethlisberger will throw. He'll get this to Eckler, and they'll get him down here at the 23. A good pickup. They get 8, but it's third down now.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Taken in at the 22. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Coaching spill. Hey, orbit. He's crossing. He's checking crack.
First carry for Raquel Armstead. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing on second down now, Minshew. It's complete to Chris Conley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now Minshew on first and 10. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
Complete to D.D. Westbrook. A gain of 16 yards.
Come on, set. 90 volts.
You
got nothing there. You got nothing. Watch the eye. General West. Let's go.
Going with Armstead, a first down carry. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Right there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Deferring to Armstead on the draw. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Bud Dupree gets him for a loss of a yard, and it will bring up third down. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now it's counter. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Alert, alert. Check. Kill.
On second down, Eckler. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Take 2 of them. Spawns. No. Check 31.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
180. 44. What's up? 59, what's up? 59, what's up? Check.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Pretty fortunate there. The interception that ended the last drive, and then boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call him to question his decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, Armstead. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Footing's definitely going to be an issue because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, a Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
Hey, wahoo! 55, mark, 55.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A give running right is Armstead. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Set, ready, 30 base. 55, right, 55. Let's go. Check. Fresno.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
After the sack on 1st down, Minshew, he's got the hook up with Conley. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
A gain of 17 yards, but it's 3rd down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Out of the gun is Minshew. And able to find Conley. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Ready? 18 Gator.
From the gun, they go with Armstead. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
80 weapons.
This is Armstead on the carry, and he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
90 Wolf. 54. Here we go again. Whip. 61. Matchbox lights.
3rd down, it's Armstead. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Lambeau will put this one through. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays and only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Check 3. 49. Check 49. Check. Vickers, got to spin. Show that bench release and go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pull it high. Hey, alert. Easy.
To throw again on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other, and the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Kill, 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 kill.
Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he's taken down inside the 30. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
They run it with Armstead. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Pilot, 64, weak. No, hey, lock it. Check 3, check 3.
From the 22, Minshew under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
Well, no takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Austin Eckler, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On first down, again, they go with Armstead. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end.
Set, ready? 60 outlaw. 55. Cut. He's coming. Double up. Hey, Alpha. Mark 55. Mark 50.
On second and 11 now. Minshew. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Ready. 30 base. Hey, Echo.
Minshew sets to throw. He completes it to Westbrook. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A run here with Armstead. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
A gain of 18 on the play.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Josh Lambo lining up for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Check for it. Easy.
Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, D.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster. His second touchdown on the season. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that'll get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Armstead. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
General West.
Here's Minshew. His pass caught at the 4. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Out of bounds down at the 4-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On the handoff, Armstead. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Raquel Armstead, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Being chased out left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
22, 44. Five. Watch out, 16.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. The Steelers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Roethlisberger to throw. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Here's Roethlisberger to throw.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
I'm coming after you.
Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Recon, 132 fighter. Check 52.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot. And it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Safety creep. 80 weapons. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. 54. Push him back. Push him back. Slide.
They'll hand to Armstead. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yeah, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
First and 10 at the 36.
Roethlisberger now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it first and 10.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Beat these two.
Watch the block. Watch the block. Check 13. Check 13.
Here's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
They'll try again from the 36 on second and 10.
Kill.
Snickers, got to spin. Slack and turn.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Joker.
50. Quarter.
36.
Hey, Haywood.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 42. One last shot for Roethlisberger. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the